So welcome everyone to this morning's program. It is in regards to 2023 chapter investor opportunities. Some of you are very familiar with this, some of you are not. Basically, this is just an open discussion about sponsorship opportunities for next year. I encourage questions, comments, anything that might not be clear. I go through this pretty quickly just because this is second nature to me. But if something is unclear to you, please feel free to step up and raise your hand or just speak out. I want this to be an open discussion in regards to what our opportunities are for our business partners and management companies in regards to their marketing and their abilities to be heard and seen for next year throughout our chapter. So we'll go ahead and get started. Alrighty, so we call it chapter investors. It's the sponsorship opportunities. What are chapter sponsors, and why should your company be one if they should even be one? Well, chapter sponsorships, they recognize companies who elect to be at any level, whether it's a diamond, a platinum, a sapphire, gold, or silver level sponsor. This better communicates to the entirety of the chapter that these are the companies who do allow us, through their investment of our chapter, to provide educational opportunities, networking opportunities, the events that we do throughout the year. It is through the chapter sponsors that give us that flexibility to do what we do in regards to helping our members throughout the year. So we're going to start from the top down. The diamond level is the highest level of sponsorship that we do offer. It's the only level of sponsorship that we do cap at a set amount, which is 7 spots. So if you're a diamond sponsor, you can guarantee that there is no company that is within your industry that also holds the same position for that year. Once a company does commit to being a diamond sponsor, for 5 years, they have first right of refusal, which means the next year, I reach out to you as a diamond sponsor before reaching out to anybody else to say, hey, you've been a diamond sponsor. Would you like to remain a diamond sponsor? You absolutely have the right to say no, but we do reach out to you first to see if you want to continue being a diamond for the next year. We're going to hear from Pam Lutz, who is currently a diamond sponsor. If there's any audio issues, please let me know, but I hope this does work. I think we had some issues last time, but we'll see how this goes.
Hello, my name is Pam Lutz, and I am the Business Development Manager for CPR, Concrete Painting and Restoration. CPR is currently a diamond sponsor with the West Florida chapter. Prior to becoming a diamond, we were platinum chapter sponsors. CPR finds great value in being a chapter sponsor. It saves our company money and allows us to pre-plan for the events that we want to sponsor and be involved in. Being a diamond sponsor, we are awarded many benefits. We have a double booth on Diamond Row at CA Day. We have 4 monthly breakfast attendees. We are a breakfast sponsor at 1 monthly breakfast, golf benefits at the golf tournaments, and many, 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 many more. Anyway, the most important investment your company can make is to become a chapter sponsor for the West Florida chapter. I would encourage you to review all the sponsor benefits and opportunities to see which one fits your company the best. Our chapter is ultimately the best chapter in all of CAI National, but definitely in the state of Florida. Get involved, become a chapter sponsor, and I know that you will find great success. Thank you.
So Pam and CPR are a great example of trying a level of chapter sponsorship and determining whether or not it's a good fit. CPR has been a diamond sponsor for the past 3 years, and I've talked to both Pam and Donnie Morlock, who's the owner of the company. They will be stepping down as a diamond sponsor. That's not a poor reflection of the chapter. It is a better look at what CPR was able to do within that level of chapter sponsorship and saying, look, if we have 4 breakfast tickets and we only have 2 people who come to events, we're not really golfers and you guys are giving us ultimately 8 tickets a year, we can't sustain what's being offered at that cost. So CPR will be stepping down as a diamond, but that allows them flexibility to obtain, I guess, a la carte sponsorship opportunities throughout the year. So it's not always a bad thing if people move down or shift away from chapter sponsorships. It's a way to determine, and this has been my job, it will be Aaron's job moving forward, looking at the best opportunity for our companies to maximize the bang for their buck and make sure that the level of chapter sponsorship meets their participation and ability and capability within the chapter. All right, so we're going to look at what is included in the Diamond Sponsor. You're going to see a lot of repetition within each level of sponsorship, so I apologize for saying things over and over, but you will see some things that are repeated consistently. Recognition on the banner. If you've been to our breakfast, you have seen the banners that we post. The Diamonds get their logo and name recognized on the banners at breakfast. They get a full-page black and white ad in the community magazine with an upgrade in March. That is our CA Day issue of the community magazine. Their logo and link to their website on our sponsors page. They get recognized in community magazine. They get their company logo on email blast, with the exception of anything related to CA Day, as well as an individual business partner spotlight. Their company logo with a link to their website rotates in a image display on our homepage. They get a shared table for literature at our monthly breakfast. We have our Diamond Table. They will be the exclusive hosts of our Zoom CEU online board certification in January for our HOA and condo co-op board certification programs. They get to host a monthly breakfast, which includes 2 to 3 minute, depending who is doing the talking, could be a little bit longer. We try and keep it to about 2 to 3 minutes. They get literature and giveaways that they can put on the tables, and they can do a prize drawing at the end of breakfast, along with one additional breakfast ticket for that month that they are the sponsor. They get a foursome for both the spring and fall golf outings. That's a great way to reward your team for doing a good job, or if you would like to host a community manager for the day on behalf of your team, you can certainly ask them to golf on your behalf. They get a luxury booth at CA Day. If you've been on Diamond Row, you see they get their 20 by 20 big giant space to display their services and engage with their potential clients and attendees for CA Day. They get 4 tickets for each breakfast, a business partner spotlight email. So this email goes out to the entirety of the chapter. You can include a write-up, a link and logo to your website. More importantly, what we've added throughout the years is a video clip. Now you can add something that is a corporate-based display of what you do as a company, or you can do a personalized video. I know Cindy has done a personalized video. Mary's done a personalized video. I think that's a more impactful way to engage with our chapter, because it's not just your logo, but it's who you are within our chapter and at our events, that people will know, I need to go and speak to this person if I have a question about their services. Name badge with your sponsor ribbon to wear at events. And of course, you're included in our thank you section in our December issue of our community magazine, which discusses the services of your company and how to go about contacting you if our members need to obtain your services. So you'll see on the left-hand side, that's where we talk about having our diamonds included in just about everything that we do. That was a flyer for earlier this year when we were doing our online manager all day. On the right-hand side, you'll see that is the scrolling part of our homepage that includes our diamond sponsors, who they are, and a link to their website as well. On the right-hand side, that is Professional Plumbing. They are a current diamond sponsor. They elected to do a color upgrade for their full-page ad. That's how it displays in the magazine. Our magazine is sent out to the entirety of the chapter in a print form and is also always available on our website as well. You'll see Atlas Insurance. They're a current diamond sponsor. They are there at their 2022 CA Day Deluxe 20 by 20 CA Day booth. On the right-hand side, you see some of our sponsor spotlight emails. Pest Shield was a diamond sponsor at a time. They did a personalized video with Terry and Carm. There's Sherwin-Williams that did more of a corporate version, which was a much better produced. And I say that because I do the videos for the more personalized touches. But yeah, you can include whatever you want within our sponsor spotlights that helps get your message across. Alrighty, we're going to move to platinum level sponsors. Platinums get, of course, their recognition on our banners. They get a half-page black and white ad, which can always be upgraded in terms of size or color, their company logo, and a link to their website on our sponsors page. Recognition in our magazine. They get a spotlight email as well. They get to host a breakfast. They get 4 golfers at one of our golf outings, either the spring or the fall. They get a premium booth at CA Day. Premium booths are based on location, so it's either close to the front of the entrance or it's on a corner booth with priority booth selection dates. This is actually pretty important. So obviously we load up our diamonds on Diamond Row and give them their spots. Before we open up the CA Day trade show floor to anybody, it goes to our platinum sponsors. So this is big. They get to pick their spots for the day before we allow anybody else to do so, whether it's Sapphire, Gold, Silver, the rest of the chapter, or even non-members. So they get to pick their spot for the day. We give them about a 3 to 4 day window to do this. And we like to say there's not a bad spot on the CA Day trade show floor, but there are certainly better spots than others. They get 2 breakfast tickets for each month. Obviously, their name badge on their sponsor ribbon, and they are included in the thank you section. The total value is about $6,000. To be a platinum sponsor, it's $4,000. That asterisk there represents that if you are a current sponsor of the chapter in 2022 and you elect to be a sponsor the following year, you receive a 5% discount. So now we're going to hear from Cindy Bass. If you don't know Cindy and you're in CAI, you're flat out doing something wrong, but we're going to hear from Cindy as far as what it is to be a platinum chapter sponsor and why it benefits her and her company.
I'm Cindy Bass, the Director of Business Development with Florida Southern Roofing. We have been a Platinum Chapter sponsor of the West Florida chapter for many years. Our goal as a business partner member is to be at as many events and meet as many people as we can, and being a Platinum Chapter sponsor allows us to do this at a much less cost. So ultimately, we can be a Platinum Chapter sponsor and do a la carte sponsorship, for example, the golf tournament, cornhole tournament, extra breakfast sponsorships for 200, 250 people. So our main benefit for our Platinum Chapter sponsorship is we get to go everywhere we want to go to within CAI at a much less cost. So as a business partner member and a Platinum Chapter sponsor for many years, look at your budget and look what you are going to be doing. It benefits us at Florida Southern Roofing to be a Platinum Chapter sponsor. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Cindy, appreciate it. All right, on the left-hand side, you'll see Advanced Roofing. They are a new platinum sponsor to the chapter. They're at their premium booth for CA Day. On the right-hand side, you'll see some of our platinum sponsors throughout the years doing their sponsor spotlight emails with a personalized touch to introduce themselves to the entirety of the chapter. On the left-hand side, you'll see the half-page examples of what it is to represent yourself within the magazine. There's iCard Merrill and SPT, which is now PRS. Both companies elected to do a color upgrade for their ads. On the right-hand side, you'll see what it's like to navigate through our website. If you want to ever check out who represents our chapter on behalf of being a chapter sponsor, you can always do so on our site and take a look and see how you can contact those companies to better your association. All right, we'll move on to Sapphire level chapter sponsors. To clarify, Sapphire is relatively new to our chapter. This is a management company only level of sponsorship. So it's exclusive to management companies. They get recognized on a banner. They get a quarter-page black and white ad, which is always able to upgrade to a bigger ad or one with color. They get a sponsor spotlight. They get their logo and link on our website. They get recognized in the sponsor section of the magazine. They will sponsor our closing board certifications of the year in December for HOA and Condo Co-op as the exclusive sponsors of that program for our homeowner leaders. They get a standard booth at CA Day. So they will have their window of opportunity to select their location for the day once our platinum sponsors have had the opportunity. They get their name badge on their sponsor ribbon and they're included in the thank you section. So the total value we see is $4,300. The cost for the Sapphire sponsorship is $2,500 with the opportunity, if you're currently a sponsor, to receive that 5% discount if you elect to renew. On the left-hand side, you'll see CNS. There's their quarter-page ad that they upgraded to color. Associa actually upgraded to do a half-page ad, so you'll see the difference in size. There's Capstone, which is currently a Sapphire sponsor this year. They're a management company. There they are at CA Day 2022 with their team. There's their banner at one of our breakfasts as a Sapphire sponsor. And then on the right-hand side, you can see, if you scroll down on our sponsors section, where you can find our Sapphire sponsors. We appreciate all of our sponsors and try to highlight them as much as we can. All right, we're going to move on to the gold level sponsorship. So golds receive their banner recognition like the Sapphires, and you'll see some overlap here. They get a quarter-page ad, black and white, which is eligible to upgrade. They are included with their company name, so not their logo, but their name, and a link to their website on our sponsors page. Recognized in our magazine. They get 2 golfers at either the spring or the fall tournament. They get a standard booth at CA Day, and they can choose their booth location at the same time as Sapphire sponsors. They get 2 breakfast tickets each month, and of course they get their name badge with their sponsor ribbon and are included in the thank you section of the December magazine. This is a popular route to go for a lot of our members, especially the ones who want to participate at breakfast. They probably want some golfers, obviously want their CA Day booth. This is a pretty popular level of sponsorship for the majority of our companies. But the total value is $4,300. Actual investment cost, similar to Sapphire, is $2,500 with the potential of the 5% discount. So on the right-hand side, you'll see those are some quarter-page size ads in our magazine. USI Insurance elected to do a color upgrade as opposed to Paul Davis, which remained with black and white. You'll see the difference in how it stands out. And then, of course, on our website, you'll see what our current gold sponsors are and how to access information about them. Speaking of Paul Davis, there's Tara Ritchie with Paul Davis at CA Day 2022 at her booth. On the right-hand side, you'll see Nick Vargo and Ryan Pardue, who are attorneys with Berg Simpson. Berg Simpson are golfers. Looks like they hosted Jake House with some very short shorts for the day at the 2021 golf tournament. But you can see how people can utilize the resources within their sponsorship to network within our chapter. So this is not a personalized video. This is something that Nate Yoder with Mullets Aluminum did for us at CA Day 2022. Mullets Aluminum is a gold sponsor. Nate's one of the kindest, nicest people within our chapter. If you don't know him, please get a chance to do so next time you see him, and we'll hear from him a little bit about what it's like to be a gold sponsor.
Hi, my name is Nate Yoder. I'm with Mullets Aluminum. We're a gold sponsor. It's CA Day at 2022. Great turnout today, and appreciate everyone for coming out. And appreciate everyone's support for CAI. Looking forward to seeing everyone next year.
All right, thank you, Nate. Last but certainly not least is our silver level sponsorship. Again, recognized on a banner. A business card size ad, black and white, which can be upgraded in all of our issues of Community Magazine. We do Community Magazine 4 times a year. Your company name is listed on our sponsors page. You get recognized in the magazine as well. You get a standard booth at CA Day with priority booth selection dates. Don't shrug this off. Look, just because the Platinum, Sapphire, and Gold have selected before you, generally we have about 170 spots on the trade show floor. So being a silver sponsor still entitles you to being able to select your spot for the day before we open it up to the entirety of the chapter and even outsiders. This is still a great benefit to select your spot and strategy for CA Day. You get a name badge with your sponsor ribbon to wear at our events, and you are included in the thank you section of the December issue of Community Magazine. So the total value is $2,210. The actual investment cost is $1,500. This is a great entry-level opportunity for companies to test the waters if they would like to be a sponsor of the chapter. For instance, let's say you're a company, you plan on attending CA Day by having your booth, so that would be $650. And let's say you just want to maybe get some recognition within the Community Magazine, so you purchase a business card size ad, not at the discounted rate you see there at $660, but you do it a la carte. A business card size ad is $250. If you do it for all 4 issues, 250 times 4 is $1,000 plus your CA Day booth at $1,650. You're already spending more than you would as a silver sponsor. And as a sponsor of the chapter, you get year-round recognition in a couple of outlets that we do. So you already see the benefit there, even at the silver level. Just something to think about. But again, we don't do a hard sell here at CAI. We do the right sell. We don't want to oversell you. The job is to make sure that you're comfortable within your chapter sponsorship, so you don't feel like you spent too much the last year and you want to pull back. We want to make sure that you're excited to be a sponsor in the upcoming years and even take on more to be a bigger presence within our chapter. On the left-hand side, you'll see the business card size ads. Karen's Engineering, Let's Bobo, and P&R elected to remain black and white, while Juniper decided to upgrade to be a color sponsor within the magazine. The right-hand side is the ad index within our magazine, so you can always find our chapter sponsors and learn more about them and how to contact them. CA Day 2022, you see PaverMac. They were a silver sponsor and have been for the last couple of years. They were on the diamond sponsor wait list, and we had a spot open up. So PaverMac will be a 2023 diamond sponsor. So we'll see how they'll navigate within our chapter throughout the year. Since they're spending a little bit more on the chapter sponsorship, they might pull back a little bit differently in what they do a la carte, but they will be more involved, certainly as a diamond sponsor. Stabler Appraisal, Patricia Stabler and her team, for the past couple of years, they've elected to step down. They were a gold sponsor for many years. They have currently been a silver sponsor the last 2 or 3 years, but the route they've gone is they want to put their eggs in the CA Day basket. So they have been a corporate sponsor of CA Day. So they've elected to spend a little bit less as far as a chapter sponsor, but invest a little bit more in a particular event that we do. And that's a strategy that Patricia and her team find successful for their company. So I'm always happy to work with you all as far as finding and navigating the route that fits you best. Every company is a little bit different in how they find success in our chapter. There's no right way, there's probably a wrong way. We try to avoid those, but I'm happy to talk to you all about what works for you and your team. Like I said, it's quick. I know this stuff in my sleep. So if anybody has any questions, now is the time to open up a dialogue and discussion.
I had a comment, Scott. This is Mary Hawk.
Sure.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm the current chapter president, and I just wanted to say that, you know, throughout the year, the board is always talking, things are always evolving. So sometimes we add programs and events that aren't even contemplated yet, you know, and when we do, oftentimes or most times we reach out to our chapter sponsors first if they want to get in on this new event or this event that we're adding. So you kind of get that benefit too as a chapter sponsor. When something new comes up and we're looking for a sponsorship, oftentimes we'll go to our chapter investors first and say, hey, do you want to get in on this? So, you know, it's an ever evolving calendar, and sometimes you'll get even more than what you're planning on in the level of sponsorship that you've done. But I also think it's a really good idea to look at, like Patricia does, major sponsors, you know, a major sponsorship at a particular event, you know, a major golf sponsorship if you're a big golfer, things like that. And you can also do those as an investor. You can, let's say you only get 2 breakfast tickets, you can always buy more and level up, as we say, to get more if you need to.
For sure. And that's a great point, is being a chapter sponsor doesn't do the job for you. If you would like to participate in other aspects of the chapter, you can certainly take on more. It's just a matter of making sure that the benefit meets your level of participation. We had a diamond sponsor, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. They signed on. They were not a sponsor prior to that year, and they were on the wait list. They said, yeah, we'll do it. They spent the $7,500. They got their logo and everything, great, but they did not come to our manager all day that year. They never came to breakfast. They did not participate in our events. And at the end of the year, when I asked about renewing, they said, look, we didn't see any ROI. We're probably not going to be a sponsor next year. and that's fine. I'm not going to argue with you there, but I could have pointed to multiple silver level chapter sponsors that year, or even non-sponsors of the chapter who elected to participate in different avenues for that year that said, hey, we had a great year through CAI. We participated in events, we came to breakfast, we met a bunch of new contacts. Participation, it's like school, it's more than 50% of it. You can throw a check to us for whatever level of sponsorship, we appreciate it, but ultimately at the end of the day, Cindy will tell you, Mary will tell you, most of you know, it is getting in front of our chapter and being recognizable. My job as membership director has been, I appreciate your companies and what you do for your associations and the community, but at the end of the day, my job isn't done if I don't make sure that our homeowners and our managers and our fellow business partners can't recognize you as the individual, as the person to speak with in regards to your landscaping, your legal questions, your roofing, your insurance, whatever it is. That's our job at CAI, is to make people recognizable as far as industry leaders and experts within what they do. Chapter sponsorships is just an icing on the cake as far as allowing that ability to be a little bit easier on both my part and yours. So, are there any other questions for today?
Scott, very quickly, are there any plans to expand, say, different kinds of events, maybe go to a spring and a fall CAI day? For us, I know it was my first last February, March, whenever CAI day was, and I have to tell you, it was the single most effective thing that we did all year long in terms of actual business and face-to-face contact with potential customers. Have you explored, and are there any plans to expand that maybe to 2 events a year instead of just 1? I know it's a lot of work.
A lot of work is an understatement. Our CA Day in March, our committee, our wonderful committee that does such an excellent job, will start meeting in October. And the fact that they've done this for multiple years, and the fact that they have to meet in October to start planning for a March event lets you know how much effort goes into it. And I thank them for their participation and their help for that, because otherwise we just can't get it done. We probably would not focus on another CA Day level event for the fall. However, in years past, we have done a manager all day, which has been an 8-hour on-site, I guess 8 hours of CEUs for managers to obtain their credits. And it's especially beneficial in the even years when the hours reset for community managers. We realized that opportunity has changed since COVID, with Zoom events like this being a little bit more convenient for managers. Plus, a lot of our competitors have taken on that opportunity to host similar events and host them a little bit earlier than us, and I'm sure that's not a coincidence. That being said, we're not going to complain about what competitors do and provide. That is their objective, that is their opportunity to do so. We'll find different events to do, and we will have a staple event in the fall that, while it might not reach the same level of CA Day, it will provide similar benefits and opportunities for managers, business partners, and homeowners, and provide opportunities for networking and company promotion that we will, or I guess that we have provided through Manager All Day, but it will be something different that our competitors can't do. And that's just something that we have to evolve as a chapter.
And those things those kind of events come with what we call mini trade shows. So it's like a mini CA Day. If you get in on those, you get a lot of face-to-face, and you're one of even a fewer number of exhibitors at events like that. But like Scott said, we're still trying to bounce back from COVID and convincing people to come out to multiple events in person. And it's been a little bit of a slow process. But I think we miss seeing people face to face, and I know I did, and I think they'll come back, definitely, the mini trade shows.
For sure. Manager All Day in past years has had maybe 40, 45 companies on the trade show floor. And when we do something that is in similar design of Manager All Day, might provide a different form of education, we'll include a similar format for our trade show and opportunities for companies to expo at the event.
Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Frank from Get Quorum, electronic voting provider. Just want to send out a shout out and kudos to all of you guys that run this local chapter. I cover the state of Florida on behalf of Get Quorum, and while it's certainly complicated for me to get to every single event, I couldn't appreciate your chapter more. I'm involved with several chapters throughout the state of Florida, and I believe this is the only one, at least right now, providing a service directory, right? That digital service directory is great. The events I've done in the past include the Managers All Day, extremely successful, the CA Day, and looking forward to our major sponsorship next week at the golf tournament. So keep up the good work. Just want to give you guys some words of encouragement that from what I see, at least involved in several chapters throughout Florida, you guys are doing a great job. And I know there's always room for things to better improve, but do appreciate what you guys do. And Aaron, good luck here. You've got some big shoes to fill if you're taking over for Scott. All right. Thank you, Scott, for everything so far. So that my first experience was about 1.5 years with Scott at the Managers All Day, if I'm not mistaken, and couldn't be more courteous and really gave a pathway as to what the chapter brought. And it was Scott's personality and attitude. So again, appreciative, and we look forward to our continued membership in the chapter. Thanks, Frank. Appreciate it. Yeah, you were a event sponsor of Manager All Day last year. You guys are going to be a big participant next week at the golf tournament. We appreciate it. And as somebody who is a participant in other chapters of the state of Florida, we don't compare, we identify and recognize what we could do better. But that being said, if you see anything going on in another chapter, for those of you who don't know, when you join CAI, you join the national organization, international organization at this point, but then you get benefits within your local chapter. We all run a little bit autonomously in what we do, and it's based on the needs of our local community here. If you see anything that you think could be a positive contribution to what we do here, please bring it to the table. We're always encouraging new ideas and concepts that could better both CAI and the entirety of our chapter and the members involved. So, Frank, thank you again. You got it.
And Scott won't brag about himself, but I will. Because of Scott, we are the largest chapter in Florida. So you're getting your money's worth here in West Florida.
Yeah, good to hear.
We've had great leadership within the chapter, especially the board, and that's not a coincidence. I've had every opportunity. I'm proud to say that our current executive director, Karen Mayfield, she came here with a pretty bare cupboard. The chapter was near bankrupt. She came on a little less than 10 years ago and really changed things and made things for the absolute better. I mean, I know the chapter's had its ups and downs. We're proud to say we're currently at a very high level of success and positivity. So I'm inheriting a very full cupboard, and you all know me. I'll do my best to make sure that continues to be the norm for you all as far as what you look for within the chapter.
Awesome. Hi, everybody. My name is Marla with Duty Calls Pet Waste Management, and I'm relatively new to CAI. We joined this year, and we are loving every minute of it. Thank you, Scott, for helping us along. We've found a lot of benefit from it. So my question, forgive me if it's a newbie question, but my question is, those sponsorships don't include any event sponsorships, right? Those would all be a la carte in addition to the sponsorship level. Is that correct?
That is correct. Aside from whether, depending on the level of sponsorship, obviously you're included in the golf tournament on some levels of chapter sponsors. You get breakfast tickets on some levels. Every level of chapter sponsorship gives you an opportunity to participate at CA Day. But if you're looking at other events, for instance, the cornhole tournament, speed networking, trivia that our business partner committee has done throughout the year, those are more a la carte events. The chapter sponsorship just gives you sort of a base and a foundation to work on. And then, you can participate based on your level of availability and wanting to be involved from there.
Do
And,
we
and you
have-
probably mentioned this. So there's certain sponsorship levels you get to sponsor breakfasts automatically, and that's our biggest monthly event. So you get to be one of those 2 or 3 that's up front in front of the breakfast as part of which sponsorships?
The diamonds get a breakfast sponsorship. The platinums get a breakfast sponsorship. If you want to be a breakfast sponsor and you're not a chapter sponsor, or you might be a gold or silver or sapphire, the breakfast sponsorships are available at $350 per breakfast. That being said, we don't allow 2 like companies to sponsor the same breakfast, and our chapter sponsors, meaning our diamond and platinums, the ones who receive it through their level of chapter sponsorship, do get to pick the months that they would like to sponsor as well. So those of you who are seasoned veterans within our chapter, not to hate on a time of the year, but we are a seasonal state. Some levels of some months within the year might be a little bit more heavy as far as participation than others, just based on people's availability of being within Florida.
Do we have a rough draft of or a proposed schedule of events for 2023?
Yes and no. This is something I've actually worked with Cindy and the business partner committee a little bit on, because I understand you all have to plan accordingly. But a lot of items that we do on the calendar throughout the year is developed through ideas and concepts spoken about in committees that we sort of come up with and then plan for 6 to 8 weeks out. So staple events like the breakfast, CA Day, golf tournaments, even the cornhole tournament at this point has become a yearly event that we know and can plan on. Those events we do have dates set for. The other sort of smaller items that come across based on the communication and discussion included in committee events, for instance, the business partner committee, they do workshops and networking opportunities. They'll come up with ideas based on the time of the year, what's a relevant topic. For instance, a relevant topic within the community right now is the active shooter stuff, which we're doing at the October breakfast based on a tragic incident happening not only in Atlanta last month, but even closer. For those of you who don't know, there was an incident in Lakewood Ranch pretty recently. That is a very relevant topic. So we like to provide opportunities and events that do speak to our members based on what is the current discussion being involved within the culture and the association world.
Thank you.
Sure. And to your point, I want to expand a little bit. Chapter sponsorship is not for everybody. If you don't want to be a chapter sponsor, that's fine. There's different outlets to get heard and be seen within our chapter. Like we've talked about a little bit, you can elect to be an individual. You could be a beer cart sponsor at the golf tournament. If that's the only thing you want to do throughout the year, that's great. There's investments of time. So if you would like to write articles for our community magazine, like I said, that goes out 4 times a year to the entirety of the chapter. You're not self-promoting, but at the same time, if Marla is discussing a relevant topic within her industry and wants to write a 750-word article about that topic, she's educating our members, reaching out to everybody within the chapter. It also just so happens conveniently that her name, her company name, her contact information is included in that article. So anyone with a follow-up question can reach out to her and maybe speak about her services as well. The other opportunity really there is writing CEUs. We have some unbelievable presenters within our chapter. Mary can do most of her CEUs in her sleep. She's just that good at it. But we're always seeking new speakers, new topics, new areas of discussion to educate our members. Recently, we redesigned our breakfast where from 7:30 to 8 a.m. in the network and get your coffee, get your bacon. From 8 to 9 a.m., we used to do a program and then do a CEU following. Well, it took up too much time in the manager's day. now we do from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. is our CEU for the most part. Now we do a legislative update in August. We're doing our active shooter program in October, but for the most part, it's a CEU. And this benefits everybody because it saves time for the managers. It gets their CEU credit that they need to obtain their license. It also allows our business partners and our homeowners to hear the education that our managers need and understand so that they can speak the language, they can understand what's going on within the industry and have a better, more educated discussion when talking to managers. But that being said, those educational opportunities, submit your CEUs to us. We need them certified under our license number and our provider number. Once that happens, we get you on the list and our education committee finds the right opportunity for you to present. The final area that is more an investment of time is joining a committee. If you are interested, on our website, under the About drop-down section, you can see what our current committees are, what their purpose is, how they help promote our chapter and allow us to do what we do. If you'd like to see an area where you think you can be a positive contributor, reach out to me. I'll get you involved with the committee chair and see if there's an outlet for you to contribute and participate.
And this is Mary again. I just need to shout out again to writing an article in the magazine or doing a CEU class puts you out there in front of all of our members as an expert. And if you don't know how to write a CEU class, I'd be happy to help you learn how to do that. Can you still hear me? My dog just licked the screen.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. And also, if you don't trust yourself in writing an article, go ahead and write it. They have a committee that will help you with professionals on it that will help edit your article. So just go ahead and try to do those because they're really beneficial and they do put you out as an expert in your field. And like I said, reach out to any of us if you need help in figuring out how to do a CEU class or an article.
For sure. And it doesn't even have to be within your industry. And I say that we opened up January of this year with Sam Burnley of Consult Engineering. He did a CEU. He worked for an engineering company. His CEU was about being nice to people. I mean, just a foundational concept that seems to get lost in the way we communicate and interact with each other, but how to be nice to each other, especially in the association world, and how to properly interact at a professional level. So you can write a CEU that is just something that you have a passion for, as long as it's relative within our industry. Please do not write anything crazy. I'm not promoting that as well, but it doesn't always have to be about your industry. If you have a passion for something that is a positive contribution to what we do here, look, we'll find an area to help you present that as well.
Scott, if I can add a little bit, I agree with Scott and Mary and everyone. Florida Southern Roofing is a platinum sponsor. We have been a diamond. We are still on the waiting list to go back to be a diamond. But in my opinion, like Scott said earlier, you can be a silver sponsor. If that's what works for you, you only have one or two people that can go. But my biggest take on CAI is be everywhere. So if your budget does not afford you to do the sponsorships, which I think is very beneficial. So if you can budget sponsorship in your budget, but be everywhere, be involved, write an article, and be active on committees. I think I'm on 5 CAI committees. I'm not a good writer, so I think I've only written 1 article. I cannot do a CE course because really nobody wants to know roofing and stuff. But the biggest thing is get with Scott. If somebody comes up and says, I'm really not getting anything, get with Scott and ask him, how can I help this and get out more? And he'll point you in the right direction. He'll know your demeanor, what he thinks, because I'm on certain committees. He's like, Cindy, this person is great. We have Mary Hawk's son, Eric. He's a younger guy. He just turned 21, and I hope he had a great time at his party. But he just turned 21. He put him in the business partner committee with all of us elders. So he can learn from us, we can learn from him, and we can mesh. So if anybody has any questions and you're not sure, go to Scott. But bottom line is be everywhere, right? Anything you can possibly do to get your face and your name out there, and it will definitely lead to success.
I'll be reaching out for sure, Scott. We've got a lot of digital content for these communities that can assist them. So definitely, thank you guys for that. good information.
For sure. And thank you, Cindy. I mean, like I said, if you're part of CAI and you don't know me, that's okay. If you don't know Cindy, that's a problem. I mean, Cindy's done that good of a job throughout the years of making herself a presence. And for anyone who's new to our industry or new to our community here, Cindy, and I'm sorry to put you out there, but she is an excellent resource as well to understand really how to do this. It's not just about pushing your product down people's throat. It's about networking. It's about educating. It's about being a positive resource to anybody, whether it's a competitor. I've had roofing companies reach out to me about membership. And when I ask, how did you hear about us? Well, I was talking to Cindy Bass at Florida Southern Roofing. Anyone in our chapter, and we try and tell them this, if you are scared about your competitor, best of luck. You're not going to survive here because we are very inclusive. We allow anybody, aside from things like the diamond sponsorship, but we allow multiple companies within the same industry to participate. And Cindy knows this as well as most of you do. There's going to be a time when your company cannot sustain the level of potential business that is coming in. So you better have allies within our chapter, within your industry, that you can say, hey, I can't help you right now, but I know of a company that I trust. I can reach out to them on your behalf, because at some point they're going to be in the same situation and you want them to reach out to you. And that's what we do here at CAI. We provide those opportunities to build those networking and relationship abilities for you to build your business and expand on your industry on an overall concept.
Scott, this is Rick. 2 comments. First of all, everybody knows you. So I know you're being very, very nice, but everybody knows Scott. Cindy, second thing, as a CAM, one of the more common questions I get is on roofing, especially with all the insurance brouhaha and the seal coating that went on in the years past. I think a CEU course on roofing would be really well received by a lot more people than you might think. So it's something you may want to consider. And I teach CEU courses myself. If you need help, I'd be more than willing to help you put one together.
Thank you, sir. Yes, I saw you down at South Gulf Coast last week. Very good presentation. And that's good to know, because I did not think anyone really wanted to know about roofing, but I've been in the industry long enough, and you know what? I might just reach out to you. Thank you very, very much.
Well, it's like this new SURS study that has to happen. People don't know about it, and they have to know about it. And the same thing goes for roofing. It just sort of hits them at the last minute, and then, oh my God, what am I going to do? And I think you'd be providing a very good service to a lot of people because they don't know what they don't know. And that's the biggest issue right now with a lot of homeowners association and community associations.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Are there any other questions for this morning's program? Alrighty. Again, Erin Tribble is on the call this morning. She is the new membership director as of Monday. We're going to be working with Erin and bringing her up to speed. You all had great patience with me when I first came on. I just ask of the same. It does take a learning curve. The membership job is very, it's interesting. Cindy knows this as being part of the CAI team years ago. There's no exact way to do it. There's no blueprint. Erin's going to take on the job, and with guidance from myself and you all as members of CAI, be able to succeed in the way that she best sees fit, and that fits for you all as well, to make sure that you all continue seeing benefit within your membership. So work with her. I'm not closing the door on you all when I become chapter executive director. I'll still be available, but I'm going to put my full trust in Erin, in what she does and how she communicates with you all. We are here as the CAI team to help continue your success and make sure we provide whatever you see within reason throughout CAI. That being said, I look forward to introducing Erin to all of you. I know that she is excited and eager to go. We have a very promising future ahead of us. And regarding chapter sponsorship, our diamonds are all squared, so we'll be opening up chapter sponsorship opportunities within the next couple of weeks. Start planning. Make sure you get us into your budget, and we will make sure we find the right level of chapter sponsorship. If that's the route that best fits your situation within CAI, we'll make sure that we work with you in obtaining the correct spot for you for 2023. So I thank everybody for their time this morning. If there's any questions, I'm a call or email away. Aaron, you will be that as well soon here moving forward. But thank you again to everybody, and have a great rest of your day.